In Luke 16, Jesus not only tells us that it's important we think about the way we use our money, he also helps us know how to think about the way we use our money. Specifically, Jesus gives us 2 insights that should turn upside down the way we think about money. And the first is pretty simple. Your money is not your money. I just think it's pretty obvious. Before you can use money well, you need to know whose money it is that you're using. If you take that money that's in your wallet out and you look at it, who does that money belong to? Ultimately, that money belongs to God. He's the owner, and you're a manager. Kind of like the man in the story Jesus tells. The rich man had a manager. And that's actually the way Jesus applies this story. He says, if you haven't been faithful in a little, how can you expect to be faithful in much? The money that you've been given has been given to you as a test. That's why Jesus says, if you're not faithful in that which belongs to another. God's given you money now as a way of evaluating and testing your character. And if you really believe that, it's going to revolutionize your life and the way you use your money. The problem is, of course, that it's kind of hard for us to believe because we feel like our money is our money. After all, I earned it. That's kind of short-sighted, actually, if you think about it, because how are you able to earn money? What do you need to be able to make money? Well, one thing you need to be able to make money is you need to be alive. It's kind of hard to make money if you're dead. And who is it that enables you to even live? It's God. Your money doesn't belong to you. Your money actually belongs to Him. You don't just earn money as if it were that simple. Your ability to earn money is a gift given to you by God, and as a result, everything you have belongs to Him. The question is, of course, do you believe that? You say, I believe that, but do you actually believe that? Everything I have is God's. Let me give you an illustration that kind of tweaked the way that I think about it. We know in the Old Testament that Israelites were required to give a certain amount. Let's just say it was 10%. It was actually more than 10%, but let's just say for now it was 10%. There are some people who hear that they have to give 10%, and of course we know that now in the New Testament we actually aren't required to give just 10%. We're required to give sacrificially, but there are some people who think they need to give 10%, and when they hear that they're supposed to give 10%, they think that it is so hard. But really, imagine that you met someone who told you that he would give you a certain amount of money, his money, to manage. And all he asked is that you give him 10% back. You can keep the 90 to live on, to use, but you need to give the 10% back. Would you say that's so hard? Oh, man. I get to keep 90, but I have to give 10% back. No, you wouldn't say that's hard. You'd say that's amazing. Because you know you're not the owner. You're a manager. And that's exactly the relationship that we have with money. And because that's the relationship we have with money, it should change the way we think about how we use it. Our first question when it comes to money is not, do I save it or should I spend it? Our first question when it comes to money is, how do I use it in a way that honors God? Because it belongs to Him. It's a gift. And how do I use it in a way that accomplishes His purposes? Because I'm not the owner. I'm a manager. My money your money. It belongs to God. That's the first insight that we need to really believe and apply if we're going to think about how to use money well. During our next time together, we'll look at a second.